One.
There you go.
Ooh, there we're all back. All right, so we're good, Mike?
Yes.
All right, we'll go ahead and call the Chaska Economic Development Authority meeting for May 4th. We'll call it to order at 9:47. We'll call roll. Commissioner Gra.
Here.
Commissioner Wong.
Here.
Commissioner Hatfield.
Here.
Commissioner Hubbard.
Here.
President Windshuttle here. All right. Next, I need, if there are no corrections or additions to the agenda, I would entertain a motion.
So moved by Wong.
I have a motion by Commissioner Wong,
Second.
second by Commissioner Gra. Discussion? Hearing none. Commissioner Wong,
Aye.
Commissioner Hatfield,
Yes.
Commissioner Hubbard,
Yes.
Commissioner Gra,
Yes.
President Windshuttle, yes. Moves us to approving previous meeting minutes. Again, if there are no corrections or additions, I'd entertain a motion.
Moved by Hatfield.
So motion by Hatfield, second by Hubbard, was that,
Yes.
we both nodding? I thought I heard two voices, so,
But sure, I'll second that.
good. Good call. Discussion? Hearing none. Commissioner Wong,
Aye.
Commissioner Hatfield,
Yes.
Commissioner Hubbard,
Yes.
Commissioner Gra,
Aye.
President Windshuttle, aye. Moves us to item 5, adopt resolution EDA 2020-5, adopt resolution to establish parameters for sale and issuance of bonds.
Mr. President, Commission members, the item in front of you tonight has to do with property that we needed to purchase to be able to make the connection of Savannah Way up to Creek Road. The parcel is known as the Cottrell parcel. Myron Cottrell used to live on that parcel and recently passed away. The parcel is the main connection that allows us to carry Savannah Way up to the north and then be able to eventually connect it up to, eventually up to Clover Ridge Drive to the north. So it's a very key parcel to deal with our transportation plan. We did purchase the parcel, about a month ago or so, and we did pass a bonding reimbursement resolution that basically allowed us to use cash on hand to go through the purchase, and then we'll be reimbursing ourselves with bond proceeds when we go out to sell bonds. We are recommending that we do a negotiated sale and that we have the EDA established parameters by which we'd make a decision about whether we would or would not move forward with actual sale of the bonds. We do think during this time period that a negotiated sale is best because there's real uncertainty in the market right now, so a negotiated sale would probably serve us best. The structure of this would be that the city owns the parcel now. We'd actually transfer it to our EDA, and then the city would have basically repurchase the parcel over a 20-year period by paying off these bonds. This is a taxable bond, and the reason it's taxable is because I'd say about a third of the parcel that we purchased we're going to end up reselling to the developer that's on just north, or I guess it's not north. North isn't necessarily up. South of the Cottrell parcel, where ponding needs to go for the road and then also for that development up there. So that'll be a way for us to recoup some of the cost of actually purchasing that parcel, but because it is something that we're going to be able to recoup some costs on, it does have to be a taxable versus a non-taxable issue. So in it, you can see that the estimated true interest cost of the negotiation is estimated to be 4.1, and that the draft parameter resolution would basically establish a maximum tax or a true interest cost of 4.25% and a maximum par amount to the bonds of $1.7 million. We are hoping to do the final pricing in the very beginning of June and then be able to bring back for adoption at the June 22nd meeting the results of that sale. Now, the one thing, and we talked about this the last time we went through a bonding process like this, is if we're going to go out and negotiate something like this, which we think this is the best thing to do now, we have to really be committing at this time that we're going to actually go out and actually, if we get if we get the pricing within these parameters, that we're going to accept it. It does not put us in a good position in the market if we go out and create a parameters resolution, somebody provides it to us, we come back to the council and then they don't accept it, because it sets a bad precedent for the future as far as our ability to negotiate these. And in times like this, negotiating this type of sale is definitely our best option to do. So I would say if we meet the parameters, we'd say that this is something that we'd say that the council really would need to be committed to move forward with at that June 22nd meeting. Obviously, if we didn't meet the parameters, then we'd be coming back to the council with either a different recommendation to go or where we're at in the market and a recommendation whether or not to go. But basically, this sets the parameters, and if we're able to meet them, then basically tells the people purchasing these bonds that we're going to commit to this sale. So staff is recommending this. Ultimately, these bonds get repaid through two sources. One is our municipal state aid payments that we receive, and the second one is we do have a transportation fee. It's an assessment within the Southwest Chaska area that goes towards our overall transportation system. So with that being said, staff is recommending adoption of resolution number 2020-05, which is both relating to the purchase of the city land, authorizing installment purchase agreement for the sale of the land back to the city, and then the issuance of the authority's taxable full-term installment purchase revenue bonds, Series 2020B, and then approving and authorizing the execution of those documents necessary to move forward with that. So if you have any questions, I certainly be happy to answer them.
Questions for Matt? So the property in the west then stays there, correct? That other house?
Yes.
We won't be interfering there at all?
That's the one to the north, right?
Well, I kind of call
Or,
it west.
what, yeah.
Toward Waconia.
We have an issue that we have to deal with them on an access easement that exists on the Cottrell property that we need to deal with them because it gets taken out as part of the construction project, but the actual property itself we don't touch.
Okay, and we haven't had any concerns with us putting a road next to them now?
No, that's not the concern.
There are other concerns.
I mean, there's a handshake agreement that was done for an access easement over the property years ago, and sometimes handshake agreements are not the easiest to work through.
I don't get what the easement is.
They have a shed on the south side of their property that basically Cottrell's property had a driveway to access it. It's a 2-level building, and the bottom level is access from the Cottrell property. We'll get it worked out, but that's the house itself and everything will stay there.
Okay. All right. And like Matt said, this is that link to tie Southwest Chaska to bring them back up to like Engler Boulevard and access, another access to 212 to go both ways there. So I know this has been in the works a long time, and
Yeah, again, we've already purchased the property.
Yep.
This is just mainly reimbursing ourselves with bond proceeds. So as the money comes in from our MSA and as it comes in from transportation fee, we don't have to hold that, carry that cash. We're able to restore our cash from the purchase and then be able to pay it with these revenues that come in over time.
what's the feel, the percentages with what's going on? What does Baker Tilly say?
Oh, as far as the parameters here, I think they feel comfortable with the parameters.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't remember, is that pretty standard?
Yeah, I mean, it's a taxable bond, so to give you a sense on.
Because they're a little higher.
Yes,
Tax.
a non-taxable bond is probably, might be below 3% right now. And typically you have about 1% higher for a taxable bond.
Okay, and 4.1 is our estimate?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, any questions out there in Never Never Land? Okay. If there are no questions, I guess I would entertain a motion to adopt resolution EDA 2020-5.
So moved.
Motion by Councilmember Hubbard,
I'll second. Wong.
second by Councilmember Wong to, again, adopt EDA 2020-5, adopting a resolution to establish parameters for sale and issuance of bonds for Chaska EDA Series 2020B. Discussion. It's pretty standard. We've done this in the past. I think there's a
The
couple
last
times-
issuance we did was a negotiated parameters resolution.
I know that we've done it a few times, both ways, so, okay. All right, no questions? We're all good? All right. Commissioner Hatfield,
Yes.
Commissioner Hubbard,
Yes.
Commissioner Gra,
Aye.
Commissioner Wong,
Aye.
President Windschuttle, aye. All right, that covers our actual business. Anyone got anything else? EDA, questions, comments, concerns? I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Who, was that Gra?
Yes.
Motion by Commissioner Gra. Second by Commissioner Wong to adjourn. All right, Councilmember Hubbard, Commissioner Hubbard,
Yes.
Commissioner Gra,
Yes.
Commissioner Wong,
Aye.
Commissioner Hatfield,
Yes.
President Windschuttle. Aye. Good night. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
See you guys someday in person again.